Alright, what's up my dudes? This video is a everything Cronus Zen video. Every video that I've ever made is compiled into one specific video regarding how to set up your Cronus, how to take care of the error codes. I talk about PlayStation 5, I talk about and show off the aim assist. Everything that you can imagine that has been popular, if anything, on my channel is in this video right here. So the first part of it is set up. The next part of it is the error codes. After that, you've got PS5 requirements. Anything that you can need is in this video, okay? Everything is time-stamped, so you can click to whatever parts you need, save this video, share this video. That way you guys have easy access. Instead of searching around everywhere, you have it all in one single video. I hope it's helpful to you guys. I spent a lot of time on this. Hopefully, this gives you guys everything that you might need to figure things out without having to ask a bunch of questions in the forums. But if you do need extra help, I do have a Discord section. I also have the Destiny 2 spreadsheet, which has all weapon values. Alright guys, let's get into it.
Yo, what up my dudes? Welcome to the quick start guide if you have just purchased and received your Cronus Zen device. Alright, when you get your Zen, here's the little box that it's going to be shipped to you in. So this is what you are looking for. When you open up your little box, you've got your Zen in this nice little tucked away spot directly in the middle, and the cables for the Zen, there are 3 of them, are tucked away behind it. Now here's the cables that we're going to be working with primarily. The small cable, the 12-inch cable up top, is what we're going to use first. And then the other cable is going to come into play a little bit later when you download Zen Studio. But the first cable that we're going to be playing with is the one that is right there up top. Now, before you can do any of that, you need to find your way over to the website, which is Cronus Downloads, or cronusmax.com/downloads. If you Google it, this is what you're going to look for. And directly from Google, clicking onto that one, it's going to bring you over to their webpage. Now, when you get to their webpage, these are the things that you're going to look at immediately. Go ahead and click the download button for the Zen Studio. If you have Cronus Zen, this is the software, whatever you want to call it, that you're going to be working off of. So that's the first thing. Download that and put that on your desktop. Now, the next thing we're looking at, Collective Minds, they have a firmware tool that you're going to have to upload onto your Cronus Zen device. So I would say go ahead and click here. Now, as you click there, actually, I'm so sorry. What you need to do just after, or just before in this case, connect your 12-inch cable and then hook that up to your PC. I say PC because we've had issues with people using laptops and tablets where it has not worked because the adaptive whatever is not as strong as a PC. So use a PC if you can. These devices will not work when trying to use Zen Studio or firmware to set up your Cronus Zen. So make sure you use a PC or a MacBook. After you've hit your click here on the Collective Minds update tool, here's what you're looking at. It's going to say, please select your device to continue, because it didn't register it immediately. On the back of the Zen, there's that little button, and that's what you're going to push and hold down for 3 seconds. That little button right there is what we're going to be using. And then you're going to see something that's known as the Zen bootloader. That's going to show up on your Zen device, and then from there, you'll be able to move forward. Please select your device to continue. So that's what we're looking for. After you hit that little button on the back and hold down for 3 seconds, you're going to have this pop up on your screen. Select firmware. Now, this is specific. Go ahead and hit continue and everything should go as planned and this should just download onto your device. But save this step for later and come back to it if you get an error. So, going back to the firmware, go ahead and hit continue. And right after you hit continue, here's what we're looking at. It's going to say begin update. It does have the other older versions, but this is the one we're looking at. The one that is the most updated as of right now. Hit that, you're going to get the screen that says flashing firmware. Please wait. Dun dun dun. So waiting and waiting, it's going to go ahead and upload onto your Zen device, and then update complete. You don't need to hit start over. I'd say just go ahead and exit out of all of this. Now, here's what you're going to need next. You're going to need this cable. That cable needs to be hooked up to the right side of the Zen. I'm going to give you a quick photo shot of that. There you go. hook that into your computer, you may get a screen that says you need to update a little bit more. You shouldn't, but you might, so just be aware of that. Now, here's where the Zen itself needs to be registered. What we're looking for when you plug in that bigger cable to the right side of the device is essentially an update, and it's going to take you to this page. And all the cool things up top, the tabs that I just mentioned before, these are what you're going to be working with. Now, moving along. Once everything's updated and you move along, hit the Programmer button tab. And here's where it's going to take you. You got your left side right there full of cool little things that you can check out. You've got your games right here that you can scroll through, and there's a ton of them that you can look at. And you got 8 different spots that you can put different settings into. So that's pretty cool. 8 different loadouts, potential loadouts. Scroll down to the game you want. We are going to pick Destiny 2. And then after you scroll and bring that down, you're going to get this to pop up. And that is where you're going to do a lot of the work to update the settings that you prefer for your in-game whatever. Now, right after you're done doing whatever you need to do and putting everything in there, hit that button right there, that little button, the home plate. It's going to save everything. You'll get an animation saying success. And then from there, we're going to work on hooking it up to your Xbox or your PS4. Now, this is how I hook it up. You can take your 12-inch cable and use that to hook up directly into your Xbox. If you have the Xbox Elite cable, that's what I would suggest using, hooking that up into the right port of the Zen device itself. From there, you're going to see that it's going to pop up and the light's going to turn green. That means tournament mode. And then scroll through by pressing that button on the right there, and you'll see here is spot number 1, Destiny 2. Now, I wanted to give you an example of in-game footage of me testing something. So here is the Huckleberry, one of the exotic submachine guns. Pretty crazy. Harder device to tame. Harder weapon to tame, that is. Here's Zen with Anti-recoil. So you can tell what the device does is it actively pulls down on your right thumbstick so that you do not have to work on controlling it quite as much.
Yo, what up, my dudes? Today we're going to talk about the Cronus Zen Error 3002, or E3002. We're going to take a look at how to fix that today. So, just a friendly, pleasant reminder to subscribe, like, hit the bell thingy. All right, good enough. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So here's what we're looking at. We got our device. We tried to play with it, and all of a sudden we got this red eyeball of death going on down here. And then if you look at the little screen that it's got, you'll see that it says Zen bootloader E3002. That just means that there's an error going on. So we're going to see if we can go ahead and take care of that today. All right, let's go on to the next thing here. You're going to have to go to the Cronus Max download page from Google. You should be familiar with this by now. And hit the click here button again. It'll have you download the software. If you have it saved on your computer, then go ahead and and click on that. If you don't have it saved, then you'll see that when you hit the click here button, that it now pops up in the left lower corner of the screen. After that, what we're going to do is we're going to go to this little part. You're going to see a pop-up window that says, please select your device to continue. So now we need to hook up the Cronus Zen using the small cable to your PC computer, hopefully, or if you have a strong enough laptop with, the USB port thingy that's strong enough to handle this, then use that instead. All right, here's what we're looking at. You've got your button on the back. That right there is what we're going to hold down for exactly 3 seconds. After holding that down, you're going to get a little light to show up, and on the other side of it, it's going to say Zen bootloader. So you'll know that you're in the right spot. So that's what you're looking for. Now go back to the page with the pop-up. Here's what you're looking at right there. That is your device. That little thing right there that's highlighted in blue, you're going to click that. Right after clicking that, you're going to get this pop-up. Now, the little blue bar sliding looking thing right there, hit that. It's going to turn gray. After it does that, it's going to give you a drop-down menu. That little drop-down menu is what you're going to use to fix this E3002 error code. Here's what that looks like. So you drop it down, you go to 2.0.3, that's what I used anyway. And from there, you're actually going to install that on your Zen.
hit the begin update button right there, the one that's highlighted in blue. So yeah, go ahead and install that one. Right after that, it'll say flashing firmware, please wait. And by the time it's all said and done, you have to repeat this process again. So repeat the same steps. Unplug the device, plug it back in, hold the tiny button for 3 seconds, go back to that tiny pop-up screen, and then repeat exactly what you did. But this time we're going to go to the top one, and that's what we're going to use to download instead. The I think it's 2.0.9 beta, whatever that is. That's the one that we're going after now instead of the other one. So download that one instead. Hit the begin update button right there, highlighted in gray. It's going to do the same exact process where it's going to say flashing firmware because it's got to flash you a little bit, which is good times. And right after it goes through its little process of downloading everything, you're going to get the final screen of update completed. Boom. There we go.
You are officially done and updated. Alright, what's up my dudes? Look guys, I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't directly help you with a lot of the stuff and the questions that I've been getting regarding the PlayStation 5, but I want to see if I can do something to help you guys out, because I want you to know that you are valuable to me, and I do want to help out if I can. Check it out. So PlayStation games, this goes over support structures and what you need for these games, and it's very, very clear that it's very important setting up your Zen. It's quite different than other consoles. There are 3 methods depending on which game you are playing. Destiny, for example, does well with your B-loader, but we'll get into that in a minute. If you don't follow these steps or this for this method correctly, you will disconnect every few minutes, causing you to have to reconnect your controller, which could be kind of a hassle. So first one, PS4 speciality. Now if you click on this right here, it'll take you to a different page, and it'll go over things a little bit more directly. So if you find this page, you'll see it's chronosmax.com/PS5. That is where you're finding this information. Okay, going on. The PS4 games, and most PS5 games specifically released before August 2021, they require a third-party PS4 controller to act as a donor, like the Hori Minipad or the Nikon Compact. Nice little affiliate link they have right there. If you guys want to look in the comment section down below, all of these will be linked by my affiliates down below if you feel like you need to order from me instead of them. It's up to you. If you get an error like the one saying that your controller is not supported, then you must use a remote play method below, and you can still play the PS4 version of the game. PS5 games can't be played using the current controller. Now that is assuming that the game was made or supported after this update from Sony. Alright, online remote play. Again, if you have a question on it, you click on this, and it takes you right to here, and it shows you step-by-step examples of exactly what you would need to do to enable right there, for example, PS Remote Play. That's what you would do in this case when you get to the Zen Studios. All right, requires a computer or mobile device, right? And mobile devices may require a certain adapter. Some users may experience lag. Now with this one, the compatible, for PS Remote Play, there is typically some lag from what I've been hearing and what people have been reporting to me. So with that one, may not be the best one, but it's a free option, and there's a possibility you're going to lag out, even disconnect still, but the lag is more the issue, I think. Okay, the last one right here is the one that most of my subs have had success with. Local remote play. Supports all PS4, PS5 games that are compatible with PS Remote Play. It requires a local remote play client like the B-Loader Pro, which connects to your modem. So you connect the B-Loader to your modem, and then from there you basically set it up, and then your controller, whichever one you want to use for the Cronus Zen, the Cronus Zen being the thing that you're trying to use for your console, it should work as long as you set it up correctly. And by it, I mean this right here, the B-Loader, which connects directly to your modem. There are remote play limitations for further information, I guess, but yeah, again, looking at this, they do have a little bit of a video on this, and I don't have the ability to show you this because I don't have a PS5. So it'd be worth your time to go through this so you can take a look at what's going on between these two. That is, if you're a PS5 user trying to play Destiny currently in the current sandbox and all that. So I hope this helps you guys out a little bit, lets you know what to expect. If you have any questions or anything like that, I'll try to answer them. If you guys want part of the Discord, let me know. I can send you that, or you can click the link in the description. Now on to the next part of the video. In today's video, we're going to cover a couple of different things. I want to get right into it. This video is going to be about sniper rifles and aim assist. Now, there's two main points that I'm trying to cover. What's the best setting for using Cronus Zen with your snipes, and how do we beat it if you go against someone that is using it? Let's take a look. Alright, so let's check it out. This is with a bit of aim assist. This is the Adored sniper rifle, and here's what we're looking at. With the Cronus Zen turned off, you see that there's nothing going on. No aim assist, no help, nothing. Now, at least from this distance, when you turn it on, that's what my crazy character is doing right there, you'll see that there is a bit of help. Now, I've started to notice something as well, that the Guardian's left shoulder, meaning your right, his left, there seems to be something weird with the hitboxes on that side. But yeah, if you take a look, there is a little bit of help. The left side that you're aiming at, or that I was aiming at, if you are trying to get from left to right, that seems to be the way to go about this, because if you strafe from left to right, you seem to follow and get more headshots, and the aim assist pulls a little bit more. I wanted to show you with the hand cannon because there's a difference between how it works between all the different weapons, and that is something that is inherent to Destiny. So taking a look at right here with different values of aim assist, there doesn't seem to be much value past, I would say, 30. It just shakes a little bit more, and then, yeah. The Guardian's left shoulder, when that's in view, that's what you should be trying to aim for, the left shoulder to head. Anywhere between chest, neck, and shoulder is where you tend to get a little bit more of the, I want to say, the headshot range. It's a really weird thing. It's something I started noticing, but with snipers, you always want to try to be as specific as possible. You know, aim down sights and make sure that you're focusing specifically on the reticle as the primary focus, and then the Guardian behind it as the secondary. But when I started aiming and started noticing these things, it was because when he crouched up and down and when he did all these different things to break aim assist, his left shoulder was the thing that my aim assist seemed to have been tracking. But yeah, breaking aim assist is what I'm showing you guys right here. I believe he's a Warlock. So the double jump breaks aim assist completely. Sliding back and forth is something that, from what I noticed anyway, it doesn't seem to have any real effect. It still follows you a little, so you might have more of a chance of catching him. But yeah, if you take a look, it follows the first jump, it does not follow the second, and the aim assist for Chronos seems to pull you to the center of the Guardian. It doesn't seem to pull where you want to go, so there could actually be a downside to this. When you're trying to aim for a headshot, it does seem like it pulls towards the middle. Anyway, taking a look, when he slides forward and back, you notice when he slid forward, there wasn't a lot of aim assist or any aim assist. When he slides side to side, you notice it doesn't follow. So these are ways that you can beat it. Even when I am lower, right, there's a little bit. The minute he slides, the second he slides though, it breaks it. So you have to catch him basically standing still if you can, which is not a lot of help, but it is there. There is some aim assist. It's just not a lot. It's a lot more beneficial to use it with primaries than it seems to be for snipers. But I'm going to do a little bit more testing, and we shall see. Guys, this is a video designed to help you with some of the issues that happen with the Destiny 2 game pack and Cronus Zen. Every now and then it bugs out. It's just something that happens. I have two different suggestions for you when something like that happens while you're in game. I know that can be incredibly frustrating. So this video is going to walk you through the two game packs that I have as backup options to the Destiny 2 game pack. Now, I like what they did with the Destiny 2 game pack. They have these different options in there, such as primary, secondary, and heavy, so that you have the opportunity of fine-tuning these weapon spots individually. That's really cool. The problem is the primary and the secondary will every now and then switch on you randomly. There's no way of telling how or when, it just kind of happens. So then your anti-recoil value for secondary will then be put into your primary. So if you wanted to use a fast-firing sidearm, for example, and you have to put the anti-recoil value at, let's say, 70, then that will randomly become anti-recoil value for the primary, which might just be a hand cannon, then you'll suddenly be looking at the floor. No bueno. So this video is going to take you through a quick walkthrough of the two other game packs that I keep as backup options in the slots so that you guys have them ready to go. If this happens, you can switch out on the fly. Alright, let's get right into it. Alright, this video is to help you guys figure out a couple of workarounds for when the Destiny 2 game pack decides that it's going to bug out on you. That does seem to happen a lot. I found this is also really effective for some of the other games out there. For example, Halo Infinite. If the weaponry is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, because sometimes things bug out on you, then you have other options. The first one I want to talk about is right here at the bottom. This is called Mods for Beginners. Now, this is the basic stuff that you get with your Cronus Zen. So, anti-recoil, if you wanted rapid fire just means full auto. So, if you hold down your trigger, whatever weapon that you happen to be using, it will be firing in its full auto as if it's a mode. The anti-recoil, it has to match up to whatever it is that your game is. So in-game, that is. My controller is inverted in-game, so my anti-recoil has to match that. There's two different types of anti-recoil. You've got your vertical and you've got your horizontal. If, for example, your gun pulls straight up to the sky, you want to move this over to the right. Put it to about 45, maybe 50, and you'll be able to feel it pull back down. On this one, if your gun pulls to the left, then you want to go to the left. If it pulls to the right horizontally, then you want to go to the right. Eventually, you'll find something of a happy middle. It should help. Alright, the other stuff you got in here, active shot mod. When you scroll over these, it'll give you a description of exactly what it does. Jump shot makes you jump while shooting. So if you pull your right trigger, your firing trigger, you will jump at the same time that you pulled the trigger. So little hopscotching going on. And then you can, if you need to control exactly when it's activated, it can happen when you're aiming down sights only, or as it says right there, ADS ignored, aim down sights ignored. Auto sprint, anytime you push the stick forward, it's going to sprint whether you push it down and forward or not. So this is pretty cool, I thought, mods for beginners. This is a good backup option. It's really basic. The one that I like is right here, Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is a little bit more fleshed out, and it also has aim assist. But the main features that we're looking for, anti-recoil, aim assist, it has two different types, external and aim assist. The first one is just fine. This actually works in increments of 10, so if you have aim assist 30, that is the same as having 3. I'd have to explain that a little bit more. That doesn't make sense. Let's just say that you want to go up in increments of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's how that is considered to be most effective. So put it at 40. All it does is give you that screen shake. And then when you put it at the 4 or the 5 or the 60, you'll feel the screen shake versus not feel it. It's active either way. Aim down sight fine tuning. Again, scroll over this and it'll give you a description. If you set this up and you enable it, what that does is it'll slow down your gun when you aim down sights. So if you wanted to have a very fast non-aim down sight speed, then you would be able to utilize this with aim down sights to slow down what happens with your joystick as you're aiming down sights. Now, for Destiny 2, you no longer need this one. They added this into the game. They're adding in a bunch of other things that are Zen specific as well. I'm going to do a separate video on that because I have some suggestions for them, because these can all be added into the game on one level or another. And I think that's amazing on their part. Thank you, Bungie and your developers, for taking an active interest in what can be done for accessibility, but also contributes to competitiveness. All right. So that's what I wanted to show you guys right there. You've got Doom Eternal as a backup game pack, and you have mods for beginners. So utilize Destiny 2. If that is not working for whatever reason, then you've got Doom Eternal and mods for beginners as your backup pack so that you can use these things in-game without missing a beat. Once you're all said and done setting these two up, hit your save button right there. After it saves, you'll be able to utilize this in-game. All right, my dudes. Thank you so much for your time today. Any questions, comments, anything like that, put them in the comment section down below. I have the spreadsheet for Destiny 2 in my Discord if you're interested. And if you wanted to work with me personally, I have that set up now as well. I am going to talk about how to beat someone that is a Cronus Zen user. I assume that's why you guys are all here, because you want to see either what it does, how it works, but you also want to know how you can beat it. Now, let me go ahead and say that, contrary to popular belief, not everybody that beats you is a Cronus user. Not everyone that beats you is a cheater. Alright, here we go. We're gonna get this guy. Ah! He must be a Cronus user. That cheeky, jerk-faced bastard. That's alright, I'm gonna get this guy. No big deal. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! What is all this Cronus? No big deal. We got the third. Whoa, whoa, whoa! He's gotta be using a Cronus. Alright, but for real, and Cronus users can be beat just like anybody else, but there are some things that I feel are helpful to you in order to beat them that can definitely make things a little bit more in your favor. So first things first is to know how something works and know what it does. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to give you examples of that. The second thing is to see what exactly you need to do or what you can do so that you can beat somebody that you suspect is being a Cronus user. Now, I do want to make a caveat here. If you are someone that does not use Cronus and you are not very good at PvP, buying one will not make you suddenly better at PvP. That is not how the thing works. There's a misconception out there that if you just buy the device, it's plug and play, and all of a sudden you're going to be super amazing and run everybody over. It does not work that way. Alright, I got myself a Cronus, which means my map position doesn't matter anymore. I'm going to move myself forward with my thing. Here we go. Oh, he disappeared. Interesting. Alright, well, there he is. No big deal. Oh, God. Alright, my dudes, let's get right into the video. First thing I want to show you guys is the two main factors that Cronus is used for in Destiny 2 so that you can see what they look like and maybe you can recognize them in-game if you're playing against somebody. After that, it's going to be what you can do so that you can play better against a suspected Cronus user, how you can beat them, and what that looks like as well. Let me take you through all of it. The two main things that Cronus is used for in Destiny is what you're looking at right there. That's anti-recoil, and it's used for aim assist. Now, anti-recoil on something like the SMG, there is a limit to the range of it. If you look at how far I was, you saw that it still moved up. As I moved 1 to 2 meters forward, it suddenly started shooting like a laser beam. So step 1, make sure whatever weaponry they're using that you get out of the range of it, because it still follows the in-game aim assist whatever. So if you are trying to beat a person that you suspect of using it because they're doing really well with an SMG, get out of the range of the SMG. So quick recap, as I'm shooting this SMG, if I'm out of this SMG's maximal range, it still has its recoil values. When I'm within a range, it does do what it's supposed to do, which would be anti-recoil. Okay, let's take a look at what the aim assist does. So, when you have aim assist turned on the Cronus Zen using a controller, you'll notice that as I'm aiming at him, I get a little bit more stickiness. That is because the Cronus has a little bit of a jiggle on your right thumbstick, and that allows you to utilize the aim assist in-game, and that's for every single controller user. So as I turn the aim assist off, you'll notice that it no longer works the way that it was when I had the aim assist turned on. Why does this matter? If you get the first shot on somebody in an engagement, you have two factors going for you. That right there, as you can see, is someone using aim assist as well as opening shot. Every weapon in Destiny 2 has a positive ratio of opening shot, meaning your opening shot is always going to be more accurate than any follow-up shot after that. So now that we know that opening shot is one of the most important things, we want to make sure that you, the enemy player, the guy playing against a Cronus user, is getting the first or the opening shot. Let me show you why that matters. I've got my buddy over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the SMG from earlier. Okay, I'm going to show you guys that this is still turned on. As he moves around and gets that opening shot, it jiggles me enough that it breaks aim assist. So, as I aim down sight, let me just show you something real quick. Off to the right of him, what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim down sight, and you're going to see that this is still turned on. You see it's still a laser beam, air quotes here. Okay, so if I turn this laser beam on him, but he gets opening shot on me, it's no longer sticking, even after he delayed his shot. So by getting first shot, you have the advantage over anybody, Cronus included. Next up, another way to beat a Cronus user is the double jump. Let me show you what I mean. First jump right there, you notice my aim is still on him. When he does a double jump, it breaks that. There's no more aim assist when there's a double jump. There's a couple of different ways to use this in PvP. Now, one of them is when you jump across the screen of somebody, so I'm going to show you that right now. As he goes forward, you'll see mild tracking, but nowhere near him. So a double jump across the screen will break the aim assist of anybody using a Cronus. I think it also works for anyone not using one, but that should be obvious right now. So quick recap, double jumping will break aim assist. Single jump, they might be able to still lock on a little bit faster to you. And yeah, that might not be much benefit, but double jump does work. Okay, so another one, sliding across their line of sight. Now, this is kind of a tricky one because if you slide into their line of sight, as you can see right there, there's still some tracking that's enabled. Now, if you slide across their line of sight, it doesn't follow. It doesn't matter what the aim assist value is on both the weaponry or the Cronus. It won't follow. So that could be used as a bait and switch play, or you can use that to slide across their line of sight, anyone that's sniping or anything like that, and you'll notice that it will not track him. It just won't do it. So another effective way to beat a Cronus user is to slide more often. If you think they're laning somewhere, you'll be able to slide and break that aim assist, and there's nothing they can do. Look, I'm aiming, it's following him, it is not hitting him. So sliding is another effective tool that you have to break a Cronus user's aim assist. So just to recap, there are major things that you can do. The first one being get your first shot, okay? You get first shot on them, they cannot lock onto you. Second major thing is double jump does break aim assist. So if you are double jumping, there is no way for them to actually lock onto you because that aim assist is now broken. The last and final thing that I have for you guys, at least in this video, is going to be that if you slide across their crosshair, so you do have to time it a little bit, then it is effective at breaking that aim assist value as well. Now, there's a couple of other things that I want to go over with you guys. These are more PvP gameplay tactics that I think are effective. If you suspect somebody is using a Cronus, double team them, especially if you're in a 3v3 environment. If you treat it like it's a game, basketball or otherwise, one of the things that you guys need to do on a good player or a key player is to identify who they are, if they're a better shot than you, if they're better this, better that, better whatever. Make sure you guys call that out and you double team him when you spot him, because that's one of the best ways to take out anybody in this game, let alone someone that you suspect is using a Cronus. So that's 4 tips right there that I have for you guys. There's another one, but I haven't been able to prove it yet. What I think happens when there are 2 people on screen and the Cronus user tries to lock onto one of them, the aim assist actually gets confused and it'll track whoever's moving in front. So if he's aiming at the guy behind, it'll then track the guy moving in front, messing up that person's aim. As of now, that is unconfirmed, but I will get some testing done so you guys have all the tools you'll need to beat these jerk-faced Cronus users, as you might call them. And yeah, hopefully you guys find this video to be useful. If you want to see more videos like this or anything else, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Remember to keep it Zen out there. I love all you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.